Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah! What's going on? It's Friday. You ready? 'Cause I'm ready. Let's make this thing happen so you can all get to your weekend and all your racist manicured lungs. It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC. Rozan's having a blast at that comment. She's really upset about this video I'm going to play later on in the program. It's absolutely astonishing. Hello, my dear. Welcome back.
Hi.
How you doing?
Yep.
You've been better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're having some...
I got an off-air thing.
That we're dealing with, and you're dealing with it rougher, and I'm trying to be, as you know, it might be true. I may be the nicer person.
I feel like we've been doing this for 5 years, and you're only now coming to this realization.
Because I didn't believe it. I've always kind of had a mean streak in me. But now I'm starting to realize that it's, I
know.
You are a really hateful person when when someone's wronged you.
That picture that you posted today.
Yeah.
That brought me the most joy.
We'll get into that too.
Ooh, girl.
We'll get into that.
I love being spiked. I love it.
I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm thinking about it, gosh, you are evil. But thank goodness you're on my side. If you follow us on Facebook or X or anywhere for that matter, you may have heard that Reese on the radio finally got something that I didn't think was going to happen. I got to confront Attorney General William Tong. And oh my goodness, I couldn't have asked for a better Friday. It was beautiful outside. I had a jacket on. It was nice and warm. And there was a press conference in City Hall. And there he was. Short Asian man right there.
Absolutely.
By the way, is that racist to point out that he's Asian?
I thought it was the short Asian that was racist.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't care.
His height is now, like, if I short and Asian, because I threw in the short, and then that's, for some odd reason, that's derogatory.
Listen, I grew up a Gen Xer.
Oh, I can't do the short with the Asian. It's either one or the other.
No,
okay.
My first husband was Asian.
And short.
And he was short. I had to wear ballet slippers, and I was still taller.
So if I was giving a description, and I said, he's a short Asian man, someone would say, hey, that's racist. And I would go, but he is both short and Asian.
Right, they're not mutually exclusive. They're not,
Yeah. Anyway,
what's the name of that Chinese basketball player?
Oh, Yao Ming.
Yeah, he's no Yao Ming. So by all accounts,
exactly. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And compared to you, I'm short.
Yeah, that's.
Is that racist?
By the way, this conversation might be triggering to the Attorney General.
Yes, she's very sensitive.
Yeah,
I mean, he's very sensitive.
I'll tell you about that in a second.
They are very sensitive.
Yeah, they, them. I don't know. Whatever. The point is that we will discuss that in a second.
Is it they are or they is?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Nonetheless, I just want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect to see William Tong today. He was not on the docket at all. But praise be to God, he was there. And you're not going to want to miss this, so go nowhere. Yes, I'm going to tease you because we just started the show. I have more pressing things to get into. Okay? That's all related to this. So let me break down the story for you. You may have heard it, top of the hour, here at the news. I think Dave Mager, who's filling in for John Silva, who was in earlier today, was giving the news about a press conference at City Hall. And it is about an Afghani young man, 19 years old, apparently a high school student at that age. Wow, they are really failing our kids. If you're a 19-year-old high school senior, I'm just saying.
Have you ever seen Afghanistan? His own country failed him.
Okay, well, nonetheless, that's a lot of age. I mean, he's almost 20. He's a high school senior, but it's not important. Anyway, and they were having a press conference there because ICE agents picked him up, and apparently they picked up his father last year. The story, I don't know. It's iffy. Who knows? ICE has got their reasons, but Senator Dick Blumenthal was there to hold a press conference about this. He was taking point on this protest. That's why I was there, and I've got a relationship with Richard Blumenthal. I've got his personal cell phone number, and I was going to ask him as a follow-up about some information related to DQAT that I had sent him, and I did not hear back from. So I was going to go there for the presser, maybe ask some questions about that, and then catch him aside and say, hey, did you get my text? That's why I was there, just to get a response. And out of nowhere, as Rosanna and I are standing there together, this tall, Kevin from WTNH, the cameraman, tall black man, if you've ever seen him there, you might see him in some of the shots of WTNH. He and I got a rapport. I wouldn't call us friends, but we are very pleasant to one another. He listens to the show. So I saw him, and he was helping a young lady out with her camera. So I said, oh, wow, Kevin must be retiring. He's got an intern or a trainee. So I said, you know what, Rozan, excuse me for a second. I'm going to go say hi to Kevin. So I walk over to him and I go, hey, Kevin. He goes, hey, what's up, man? He shakes my hand. I go, hey, what's going on? You training your new replacement? I said jokingly. He goes, no, that young lady's from Fox 61. He goes, I was just, helping her out and where to position and whatnot. I said, oh, man, I thought you were retired. He goes, nah, I'm maybe out of here in a couple of years. I'm like, so you going to leave Connecticut? He's like, no, I love it here. I ain't going nowhere. So as I am communicating with Kevin, I see over to the left, there's a tall young man, head full of hair, Greek-like.
That was not Tong.
No, was not Tong. This was a tall white male. Younger gentleman, late 20s, maybe early 30s. I can't tell any day anyway because now these young people look really young. But he's tall. So I saw him with a camera. He had a white, one of those Canon cameras, very official. And I just saw him standing there. I didn't know him, so I didn't pay any attention to him. So anyway, after I finished talking to Kevin, I come right back over to Rozan. She's in a conversation with a young woman who is holding, or a woman.
That was not a young woman.
Okay, it's an older woman who is holding a sign, whatever. She's in the middle of the conversation. I come back. I give her a kiss. I think I whispered something inappropriate in her ear. And she laughed. And then I looked up because I'm all in my wife's ear, and she is all of 5'5"? What are you, 5'2"? 5'5". So I'm leaning down, but as I lean up, the tall, white gentleman, young guy, who I just saw with the camera, is standing right next to me. And he says my name. Hey, Reese. Now, I know I don't know him. It's Connecticut. Everybody I know their faces. I know their names.
I know
you. So I don't know this guy, and I don't know why he knows my name. He goes, hey, Reese, Tim. And I go, hi, Tim. He goes, governor's office. What? The governor's office? And he goes, yeah, hey, I'm just, taking some photographs of the press conference. And I go, the governor's here? I thought only Dick Blumenthal was coming. He goes, no, the governor's here too for this presser. And I go, oh, he says, yeah, you got a twofer. I'm just here to ask you if you've got any other off-topic questions for the governor today. So I'm like, you guys are coming to me now? They went to nobody else. Nobody after. They went to no one else. The governor's office walked right over to me and said, just want to know if you have any questions you wish to give the governor. I'm like, you people are coming to me now? He goes, yeah, we just want to make sure, and we know you like to ask questions at first. We just want to know if you need some time with the governor or anything like that. I'm like, now, in my head, I'm going, first time I went to go meet the governor at the Hartford Public Safety Building. Get away from me, kid. Give me your card. Second time, hey, take my telephone number. Now they're approaching me in the crowd and giving me direct access. Hey, tell me what you need. I almost asked them for a cup of water with lemon. That's how crazy it was. And I'm going, I can't believe this. So he goes, nope, just want to let you know, you got a two for today. You got Blumenthal and you got the governor. But I look at him and I go, I think I got a threefer. And I see him there. There he is. None other than Attorney General William Tong.
Little Willie Tong.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. I cannot believe it. And I'm saying, I got to go over there. How do I not? I've been talking about him. I've been talking about J. Allen Jones. No one has been able to get this guy. He calls in. Maybe he's on Brian's show. If he was on Brian's show, nobody's alerting me. If he would, I would run down here really, really fast. And I'm saying to myself, holy crap, what an opportunity. So I say, all right, I may have to ditch on the whole Afghani ICE thing. I may have to ditch on questioning the governor. I may have to ditch on asking Richard Blumenthal any questions about DQuad. I've got William Tong, and this could be the audio of the day. And boy, was it. First, let me say, ladies and gentlemen, if you or your friends are not listening to Reese on the radio, shame on you. Shame on you. Because William Tong listens.
Little Willie Tong.
Willie Tong listens. Man, I didn't know. I didn't know that William Tong listens to Reese on the radio. You never know. Because, you just say to yourself, 2 people could be listening, 1,000, hundreds of thousands. There's no real barometer. Sure, we get the ratings and whatnot, but it's really, really hard to tell. You just don't know who's listening. And to know that William Tong is listening, holy macaroni, folks. Yeah. Now, how does Reese on the radio know this? Well, because William Tong made the biggest mistake ever when it comes to Reese on the radio. He told me. He didn't have to, but he did. He wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I still can't. I can't believe this happened to me. I'm overwhelmed. Here it is. Let me get the audio here. I didn't have it on this screen between you and I, but here it is. Let me scroll down. Let me see here. Let me see. I put a memo. There it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. William Tong, City Hall, today, with Reese on the radio.
Attorney General? Yes. Hi, how are you? Reese on the radio, WTIC.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Nice
Been trying to get you for a long time. Can I ask you a question about J. Allen Jones?
We're here to talk about this.
I understand
this morning.
I understand. But it's a story that I've been covering for the last couple of months, and the videotape was supposed to be out after Thanksgiving. We still don't have a release yet.
You know what, Reese?
It's got to stop you here. Sorry. Got to stop you here. Remember, folks, the video was supposed to be out at Thanksgiving. William Tong has been holding it up. He could just say, we're continuing to edit. We're fighting it in court. He could have told me anything. He could have said, no comment. What he chose to tell me is very telling. I'll get to that. What he chose is very telling. But again, this is an important story. He knows it's an important story to this show. He's clearly listened to me talk about it on this show. Why? Because he said this.
You know what, Reese? The things you've said about me on your show and, about me and African-American people are deeply offensive, so good luck to you.
So you have no answer about the J. Allen Jones thing? Okay. Well, thank you for listening.
You have to be courteous, Rozan, when people are listening. You always have to say, no matter the reason, right. Thank you for listening.
Right. What was it? You can always tell the weight of a man by how he treats his lessers.
Exactly. And in that case, it was, hey, well, thank you for listening. Right. I mean, what? How could I not?
Did you see the tear glistening from his eyes? He talked about how you hurt his feeling. You hurt my feelings.
I couldn't believe that that's where he was focusing. What I've said about him in the African-American community. Hey, homie, I'm not holding up the videotape of the dead guy. That's not what I'm doing. What I said about you in the African-American community, buddy, you've got a track record with them. Okay? You're now, are you in defense of the African-American community or you're not in defense of the African-American community? Crazy part is that here you are at a press conference on a story that has nothing to do with you. Nothing you have no control over. Something you have no control over. You can't get that boy back to his family. You are there just performing. Every one of you, ICE needs to release him. Or else. Or else what? Or else what? You have this video in your hand. You care about victims? You care about families? You care about victims. You're there talking about your support for this family. They don't have a dead kid in ICE custody. They have an alive kid in ICE custody. And I'm asking you about a story you're directly involved in, a story that you are directly hindering from his family getting justice. And you're more concerned about what I said about you? You're listening to this show, and by the way, again, I really do applaud you. It means you're not all the way stupid. You do listen to this program, which means you got at least some head on your shoulders, because you should listen. You should at least know how to respond in the future. Again, thank you for listening. But again, this is what I'm trying to tell every one of you. They can't stop making it about me. Why? Don't make it about me. That is the dumbest thing you could do. The absolute dumbest. You're going to put that focus on me. It means you have no answers. It means that you don't care about the things you claim you talk about. It's the opposition you don't like. Someone who's putting you under the microscope and holding you to account is what you care about most. Not doing the job that you were elected to do. Caring for the people. You found it deeply offensive. You're the Attorney General of Connecticut. Who gives a damn that you found something offensive? Who cares? Do you think that I was going to shed a tear? Do you think that I was going to sit up here and just go, wow, didn't mean to offend you? I'm here to offend you. It's my job. My job is to make sure that you get your butt in gear. Is to hold you to account. I know what you're used to. You're used to the rest of these people putting a diaper on you. To powder up your tail. Everybody knows that. That's what you're expecting them to do. Somebody come over here and ask you a hard question about why you're not releasing a tape about the murder of an African-American man, and you're more concerned about what I said about you? Tong, if you're listening now, everyone who hears my voice right now is ashamed of you. They know exactly who you are. Exactly who you are. Why don't you take a break from suing Trump? How about that? We'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views, and we'll play this audio again for those of you who missed it. Again, to all of you, as I always say, thanks for listening. We'll be back. It's Reese on the radio.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
Hey!
Good to see you. I've been trying to get you for a long time. Can I ask you a question about J. Allen Jones?
We're here to talk about this
I understand
man this morning.
I understand. But it's a story that I've been covering for the last couple of months, and the videotape was supposed to be out after Thanksgiving. We still don't have a release yet.
You know what, Reese? The things you've said about me on your show and, about me and African-American people are deeply offensive, so good luck to you.
So you have no answer about the J. Allen Jones thing? Okay. Well, thank you for listening.
Why do you find that funny, Rozan? It's Reese on the radio, by the way. Why do you find that part funny? Is it because I had the wherewithal to say it, or because I was courteous?
Because I'm spiteful. I love little poisonous jabs, and that That's going to stick in his craw. We were just at, I'm not going to name names, but we were just at a thing, and there was somebody that was important there, and I didn't recognize them. And, well, I sort of did, but I was like, whatever, you're not worth my time. And I kind of feel like that's the sort of thing that lives in somebody's mind rent-free. He's like, don't you know who I am? And you're like, oh, you're so cute, dance monkey. Like, you are a paid performer, dance.
Well, yeah, that's the kind of
I don't care about your little opinion. I don't care about your stupid feelings. Do your job and get out of my way.
Now, I've got to tell you that this was one of those moments where, because it's for radio and it just sucks doing it like holding up a camera and trying to interview. I wasn't trying to do that. So I have to describe it to you. And I think Mark in West Hartford has just said theater of the mind. It's beautiful because he's already got these images in his head of what this exchange looked like. So if I can, indulge me a little bit. I want to sort of show you or describe to you what this was like and why I was a little stunned by his response to me. So when I say, and you hear that when I say Attorney General, or what I say, AG?
Attorney General?
Yeah. So I said Attorney General, and he looks and goes, yeah, he looks up. And I'm at least at this point about 3-4 yards from him. So I'm kind of shouting to him. And I approach him when he looks up, acknowledges me and says yes. By the time he looks up, I'm in his face. And I extend my hand and we shake hands. The moment that I say Reese on the radio from WTIC. So, but he still shook my hand. But then when, we're here for the whole thing. Yeah, I understand. I don't care. I'm going to ask my question. You can refuse to answer. I understand. But this is a story. It's a story. And I know that recognizing my name, you know exactly why I'm talking to you. Just the only thing I ever talk to you about or talk about you about. So to know that he can't answer and he says, after what you said about me and the African-American community, I'm just going to say, good luck to you. Now, the moment he says good luck to you, he sticks his hand out to shake my hand, to which I look down at his hand and I go, so you got nothing on J. Allen Jones? Because that to me is, one, you're dismissing me. And because I can't say it on the air, let me just say, that's what I really meant when I didn't shake your hand. It's a big giant, don't dismiss me. Who the are you? So I didn't say anything. I just went, okay, well, thanks for listening. And I didn't even intend to say that, but because I was shocked that he listened to the show. And to say that he's what I've said about him in the African-American community, I don't even know whether or not you folks remember this. But, Rozan, do you know how long ago it was when I was talking about William Tong and how I felt he was disrespectful to the African-American community? I looked it up.
Maybe 7 or 8 months ago?
6.
Okay.
6. He remembered it vividly, which says a lot.
One thing that I've learned in my short life is that the people who hate you the most are watching you the closest. I will never forget walking into a meeting and a woman that despised me, walked into a meeting, dressed the way I dress, had her hair curled and pulled back the way I had my hair pulled back. And I'm thinking, that's fantastic. Long, streaky blonde hair, but you went and had it curled so you could walk into a meeting looking like me, wearing a jacket that looks like mine. It was very interesting, but when you understand that your haters hate you so much, they accidentally become you. Tong is watching and listening so hard.
And I know he's listening today. But again, I'm not going to deter, but I do want to say this. This is a very important thing, okay? If you're just joining us, I want to start with how the event began for myself and Rozan. And we were there for a little while, just standing around. We recognized no one. We had not seen these people before. They were clearly activists who were there in support of this.
There were 2 whole ladies there that were activists. They had these little signs.
Yeah, but the rest of the people were family, either from each other's offices or somewhere in City Hall.
They were not grassroots people showing up enraged.
So there is this sort of air of everyone's just waiting. to be on camera. And so we don't really recognize anyone. And the only person I recognize, again, is Tall Kevin, the cameraman, black cameraman from WTNH, because every event I go to, he's there. And like I said, we've developed a rapport. And I get the fact that all the cameramen and all the news folks, they know each other. They even hold each other's mics at press conferences. I'm not kidding you. Is that crazy?
I can't do an inappropriate gesture. I really want to do.
No. I'm telling you,
no, I get it.
The event with John Larson, there was one reporter asking John Larson a question, and she held both microphones from competing networks while she asked questions.
I feel like that's like a conflict of interest.
Of course it is. Of course it is. And there I was watching
it. It'd be like you holding NPR's microphone.
Exactly.
Questions. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, hey, Connecticut, you do it. Y'all do things a little different here.
It was insane that happened. But anyway, that's what happened. So when I, again, seeing Kevin there, whatever, nice to meet you. So then to have this tall kid, Tim, walk up to me and say, "Hey, Reese. Hey, just want to make sure if you got any questions for the governor." And I'm like, "The governor's here." And I'm forgetting that this guy's approaching me from the governor's office. I'm like, "What are you coming to see me?" Reese on the radio. Now, folks, I'm not kidding you here when I tell you this. I've done this long enough. And there are some people who come on these programs and will lavish you with every great story they have about their job. "I got to meet the King of Siam, and I interviewed dictators and kings." No. When I tell you the underside of this, that is to tell you what the truth is. The rest of these people care about the glamour. They want to be the people who they report on. They think they are the people they report on.
It was really obvious today.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. I don't care about it. I don't want to be famous. They know that. They know I don't want to be down. They know I'm not a friend. I'm not an ally. And in many cases, I'm not a colleague. Why? Because when you talk to them, one, they don't know who you are. One, they don't listen to you. They don't follow you. They're not interested in you or what you do. And they always seem to be surprised at the questions you ask. "Why'd you ask that? You're so aggressive." What? I've been here for 2 going on 3 years. Well, now going on 4 years at WTIC. You didn't even care that I was here. And now I'm on the ground in your space, the one that you thought you had all the, control of. And now somebody else has walked in. Someone else is coming in doing the job that a lot of you aren't doing. And guess what? Now they're walking up to me. Now they want to make sure that I'm okay. "Hey, do you got any questions? Do you want to get some time with the governor? Do you want some time with the such and such?" Now all of a sudden they're coming. They're bringing me water with lemon. They seem to be concerned about it. "Can we get you, maybe some creme brulee?" Whatever it is. The point is that they're paying attention. And why? Why? Because they don't want me there. They don't. And they want me in the fold because I won't play, and I'll never play nice. And the objective is become one of us. Resistance is futile, or get rid of you. So I'm going to tell you folks, that's coming. Yeah. Get ready.
I was just thinking the same thing. I had to pull up John Flynn because I was, why did they lock him up illegally with no warrant, no justification? And even now, you go look online at the arrest record, and the reason there's nothing there. It's just, and they kept him in a mental hospital.
They will get rid of you. They will, and that's coming because they don't have any choice. But I want to make this abundantly clear to somebody who listens to this show every day. And they have a love-hate relationship with this show. I remember them vividly saying, "Reese, do you really think you're going to change Connecticut?" And my response to you was, "Get out of my way and watch me." And here we are. "Hey, Reese, what can I get you? Glass of water?"
Hookers, blow.
What's next?
Not, exactly.
What's next?
Exactly. So it's not.
You didn't think I could do it. You thought that I was just some silly little radio host. You guys thought that I was just going to be this guy who's going to come on. Yeah, he's going to talk a good game. And yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to give it up to one of my good friends. When I say good friends, because he was decent enough, this is the reason why I love him, Sam the man on the street. He walked up to me. I'll never forget it. A couple of months after he and I started hanging out. It was like when I first moved here. He said, Reese, I got to tell you, man. He goes, when you first said that you were going to be on the ground, and he said, I had my doubts. He said, people have talked that game before. He says, nope, you proved me wrong. And that's what Sam, not because he said that, but Sam the man, that's my boy. And I say that's my boy. Like Adam 12 is my boy, and just like Mark and West Hartford are those were the guys who gave me, they were like, is this guy serious? And I had to come really, really serious for them, be serious for them. And these guys have been my ace in the hole and have helped me. But again, folks, this is the reason why I tell you, this does not come without the fire. And I know it. So be ready, because that's coming next. But that doesn't mean I stop. We'll be back. Stick around. More news, more views. Rozan is here when we return. It's Reese on the Radio.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
We got plenty of stuff to get into today. Rozan is really, really, really angry. And we have to talk about something that has really, really ticked her off. We'll get to that.
God, which one?
The video you sent me today that you've been haranguing me about since yesterday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's get some comments from the chat room so far. Chris writes, Reese, I listened to Tong on Brian and Company the other morning. Tong basically explained that he is a racist. He talked about looking out the window or out the kitchen of his parents' Chinese restaurant. You could hear how fascia he is on the way he explained looking out of the dining room. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. The only crime that he is aware of is his passion and hate for working American citizens. Snarky says, I agree, Chris. Tong doesn't care about the American citizens. Hence why he was there at this event and could not answer about the death of a young black man in the custody of corrections.
Can I just say a young American black man, and he's more concerned about an immigrant that was imported by the Democrats.
Indeed. Lori says, Tong, of course. He is a big supporter of lawlessness. He should have his law license or law degree stripped. He should be arrested for aiding and abetting, quite possibly, treasonous activities against American legal citizens. Sam goes, wow, Reese, go on, preach. Ned says journalism 101, get the truth no matter what. Music design says, hi, everyone. And music design doesn't get to listen often, so she's going to ask an old question off topic, so I hope you guys will indulge her and me. She says, hi, everyone, off topic, but is there any update if Aaron is showing up for the debate? Please reply here since listening on and off today. I will try to respond on YouTube for you. Rozan, if you could, go to YouTube and respond to music design that Erin is still not coming. However, I did see her the day before yesterday. We shook hands. She says we're good, but she is still not coming to the event. There is a seat for her should she change her mind. Again, no hard feelings. She said we're good. I said, am I good? She said, I'm good, and we're good. We shook hands. It seemed a little, tense, like it was, she's still kind of upset about the article that I wrote. I don't know what that's about, but, I hope there's no hard feelings. She said there was none. I've got no beef. Also, Priscilla says, thank you for speaking the truth here in Connecticut. Love your show. Thank you so much. Greg Dillon, the ever supportive big brother, high school basketball coach.
I
Greg
kind
Dillon.
of got a little thing for, I'm just saying, a little.
He's a good looking guy for 70 something, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look.
I'm just saying, if this doesn't work out,
Greg Dillon.
I know he's married, but I wouldn't mind, just like being a hanger-on. I'm just saying.
Greg Dillon's a good-looking guy.
Really is.
That's it. He looks. I'm not gonna lie. He looks fantastic. I'm gonna look as good as him when I'm his age. And he looks younger than me. And he's now embarrassed, by the way. Aaron B says, me. It's all about me. Ned said, Aaron also says, truth is, I doubt he actually listens himself. He probably has lackeys listen for him to give him a report. He probably doesn't actually know what you said. Well, he knows now. And you know what? For those of you who may have missed it, I'll repeat it. What I said is that William Tong does not care about black people or people in the African American community. And this is a testament to that. Because I'm sure that William Tong was all out on Front Street after the death of George Floyd because it got him ink and it got him camera views. Right? I'm sure that the press conference was there were numerous amount of cameras that were in front of him about his outrage for the fentanyl-taken counterfeiter known as George Floyd. Outrage! But then J. Allen Jones is crushed to death by corrections officers. It's ruled a homicide and nada. The only thing he's concerned about then is about what I said about him and African-American people, which, by the way, people are trying to understand. Is he saying that he's upset about what I said about African-American people or what I said about him as it relates to African-American people? But let me answer both, okay? If he is upset about what I said about him as it relates to African-American people, meaning that he doesn't care about blacks, stand by it. If he thinks that he's upset because of what I said about him and African-American people, I'm a black guy and I was standing in front of you. Insert racial slur here. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Bozo. By the way, Greg Dillon said he's single. Be careful, Rozan.
Hey.
Anyway, thank you for removing and adding American, Sammy says. Happy Resurrection Day to you. Okay, yeah, this is Happy Easter. That's right. It's Easter in the Greek.
Oh, Greek Orthodoxy.
There's a Greek Orthodoxy. So Craig in the car is making mention of that as well. Let me read this also before we take a break. Daniel says, Reese, my last Dem vote for Bill Clinton, first and last time. Discovered Rush Limbaugh. Reese, great radio. Rozan, well done. That comes from Daniel S.
Thank you.
Who's listening to the show. Thank you, Daniel. All right, we got to take a break. We got a hard news break. In for John Silva is Dave Mager. He's in the WTIC newsroom. We'll be back.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio. Rozan on the radio is here as well. Rozan, you're not here all the time. I'll be honest with you. Well, I don't have to be honest with you because you know this yourself. The ladies who listen to Reese on the radio love you a hell of a lot. And tell everyone what some of these ladies always say to you about you being here on the show. Do you know? I mean, they say a lot of the same thing, but what's the refrain, the one that they keep repeating? Can I be totally honest with you? You don't, yeah. I don't really absorb it because my ego is out of control already. Like, I don't need any help. So I smile, I say thank you, and it's gone because I don't, is that wrong? No, it's okay. It's a way to keep your ego in check if you know that it can be out of control. It's bad enough, like, when you compliment me, I'm like, oh, my God, like, I totally gush. But I try to, believe it or not, I try to maintain because you don't want to be too big for your britches or to take that for granted. Well, not only that, I think, it's going to sound mean, I think people are saying it to be nice. Really? I think it's a pleasant, kind thing to say, yeah, and so... you really don't think that they affectionately really enjoy you on the show? Seriously. It's okay if you don't think so. I mean, I think that... You think they're being nice? No, I think that my presence is a welcome change, and I'm sure that, they do genuinely enjoy having me on this show. I don't want it to feel like it's more than that. Like, I don't want it to seem like, I don't want to be one of those people who walks around thinking I'm a celebrity, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm here, you're welcome. Like, I never want it to get that way. So I really just kind of say, I take it and I say thank you, and I let it fall out of my head because it's just... I don't know. By the way, they're going to love the fact that you said that. Oh, shut up. They are. Listen, people
I
really
didn't say it to like.
No, I know you
say
didn't.
it for applause.
I apologize. At the risk of making it appear like you had said it for some purpose, I did not train you. You do not have any media training by me.
I know. Can you pull your hand out of my back?
I did not train you for this. But the thing that they often say is that, can we get you on more? They always.
Oh, I'm totally down to be on more. I love talking to you. I love being here. I love doing this. I honestly, this isn't about more, time on air. I hate when you're at work. I do. I love being, it's such a weird place. I love being at home. I love the alone time. Like, I love my alone time. I love it. I don't think I'd really want to get rid of that. But I love even more than that, talking to you, being in your space. Like, when you go to sleep before me, you probably don't even realize this. I lay on my side and you made me get this stupid king size bed, and I have to shoot my leg all the way over just so I can put my foot on your calf. I made you get a stupid king-size bed. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that? No person is ever called a king-size bed stupid. I wanted my queen so that I could just... You'd have had us sleep in a full if I wasn't 6'3". I mean, I just really like, being near you, so... I think the word you're looking for is smother. Whatever. Smother, snuggle, what's the difference? Well, I appreciate that, but the reason why I was bringing it up was the fact that the ladies they really do respect your opinion when you talk about things. They think that you're hilarious. We posted that video from Negro Nonsense about the watermelon Palestine thing, and you were the star of that video, which I thought still to this day, everyone who's seen it just said, oh my goodness, that's hilarious. So I think you've got a really, really good natural ability to be funny. Let's talk about something else now. No, there's a reason why. Okay. But what people don't know, and this is an opportunity to share with them about you, is the level of... Petty? Yes. Oh, God, and annoying. It's my favorite. I love it. The level of petty that you have and the low threshold for bull crap. It's so low. It's so low. It's so low. I have zero. I tried. Okay, so we're at the thing today, and who was it? Blumenthal was talking. Yes. And there's all these cameras and these tall people, and this freaking one lady in a tan raincoat just kept literally walking in front of people and shoving her and I was like, oh my God! I literally said, this chick is rude as heck. So I crouched down, and I'm between two cameras. And by the way, it's a great position where you were. It was phenomenal. Yeah. And he's just saying all this crap, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm just making face. You can't help yourself. No, I tried. I was good for about 35 seconds. Listen to me. I take Rozan to events. Let me tell you this. The reason why I'm bringing this up. So I usually go to these things alone because, again, I want the scrutiny being on me. I don't want it on my wife because somebody will say something to her. And I'll go off. No, I'll go off. Somebody says something to Rozan, and it will be like the story I told you about the guy I had to clock when I was holding my son. And it's a thing. It's guttural. It's very, very primitive with me. Face, the problem is my face has no inside voice. Exactly. So Rozan, when I take her to events, I tell Rozan, you have to be or learn to be an objective journalist. It doesn't work. Don't engage. Doesn't work. Just, if you're going to ask a question, just ask and get an answer. Don't have a debate. They may say something completely off the wall. You can't let them get you out of character because what they say is important. That's the purpose of this. So we go to No Kings. You're content to just let people walking around like idiots, like just completely dumb and idiotic and walking around the world spreading their idiocy. Like I need that, right? Like any of us need that extra idiocy floating around unchecked and uncorrected. So somebody has to tell them they're wrong. Can't stay in character. Nope. So when this is my character. So we went to No Kings. We go to No Kings a couple of weeks ago, and I'm warning her as we're walking to the crowd in the cold. Sweetheart, just remember,
If you're going to ask something, just get answers. If you want to film, just film, but don't get in a debate. It's okay. Just don't say anything. She goes, so you really want me to be quiet? I'm like, yes. If you have to, just don't engage. We're not trying to let them know that we're conservatives. We're not trying to let them know that we work for WTIC. We're not trying to do anything. We just want them to talk. It's fodder. Get their fodder. Well, Rozan wasn't there. 5 minutes. And she was just like, well, what about this? And I'm sitting there just going, now I can't correct my wife when I'm there. Of course, I'm never going to make her look or embarrass her in any way. Like, I am not going to go, I thought we had a plan. I just go, all right, screw it. This is over. So she goes off, and then I've got to deal with it. Plan is obliterated. The whole plan, don't say anything, done, because Rozan is now the featured speaker at the event. Well, no, I'm serious. I am there as the journalist, but Rozan has gone off, and it's debate time at the No Kings rally with Rozan. And I just have to sit there, and I just go, you okay? She's like, no, I'm absolutely fine. You can see the outrage in her face because these people, again, no tolerance for stupidity.
None.
Or, worst off, no tolerance for people who don't know what they're talking about. And someone had the audacity to bring up the military. And that set Rozan off. And I knew it when the person had...
My dad was in the Navy.
And it
during
was...
World War what?
It was... But Rozan saw that, and as soon as the woman said it, the first thing that ran through my mind is like, where's the rope so I can tie up my wife? Because she is going to turn into a rabid animal when this woman doesn't know what she's talking about. And she does, and Rozan lays into her. And I go,
I didn't lay into her. I laid fact out, and she wanted no part of the facts.
Yes.
That's not my problem that she wanted no facts. You know what really bothers me? It's called cognitive dissonance. When you see something, you clearly see it is green grass. Nope, it's red. No, it's green. Well, I believe it's red because green is offensive and it's racist. No, honey, you're stupid. It's not my fault you're stupid, but let me help you not continue to spread your stupidity.
okay.
It's like herpes.
Now,
it gets on people and it spreads unchecked. Somebody's got to correct it. Put a cream on it. Make it go away.
Okay. I set all of this up for one reason. Like I said, I told you, Rozan is petty and has a low threshold for bullcrap. She just does. And you don't have to be sitting in front of her for this. It happens online as well. Please let me present to you the most recent thing that is driving Rozan through the roof. And I think there's a reason why.
I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and, based in white supremacy.
Okay, in case you missed it, listen again. This is a young, I believe, white woman.
She doesn't look white. She's racially ambiguous.
Okay, talking about Lawncare.
I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and, based in white supremacy. If that doesn't make sense, that's okay, I guess. It seems really obvious to me. It's really upsetting. Bring back weeds. Bring back clover yards. Look, can anything just be okay in its natural state, or do we just have to whitewash everything, make it a competition, and use it as a sign of your worth as a human being in society? Can we just have weeds?
Like those eyebrows. Just leave them in their natural state, honey. She wouldn't have eyebrows. It would all just be a fur down to her eyelashes. Leave it in its natural state, honey.
So I have a theory on why this particular video annoys the hell out of you. It makes you mad.
Why do you think it makes me mad?
Well, you're Mexican.
Well, wouldn't your people be wouldn't you be mad first? Wasn't it your people who did it first?
I don't know.
This little racial tension between me and Reese.
Little bit.
You know why this makes me mad?
Yeah.
How on God's green earth is grass racist.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but Native Americans lived on the plains. Guess what the plains are covered with?
Grass.
Grass! Sorry, I don't mean to yell at you.
She says Lawncare is racist. In other words, manicured lawns is racist. She's saying that people make their lawns look nice, so it means that one lawn looks better than the other.
We're done talking. You're done talking.
Why am I done talking?
See the video. For those of you who can, when you can, watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting on a front porch,
Yeah.
clearly in front of what looks like a house because of the siding on, and she's sitting in a chair. She's zoomed in very close. You know why she's probably, I'm speculating, 100% speculation. There's absolutely no, I can't verify this. She's probably sitting on her front porch, and there's garbage everywhere, and she's probably got 7 cats that are crapping all over the place. There's probably all kinds of nastiness, and if you looked out in her front yard, it's probably overgrown with weeds, and the city, the county is probably banging on her door trying to evict her or fix her yard because she's nasty. That's the problem. She doesn't want to cut her grass, so she's going on TikTok saying, Lawncare is racist. No, it's not. You're lazy. You're lazy, and if you don't want to take care of a lawn, move into an apartment like the normal people.
That's right. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the things that I hate the least or the most about living in an apartment is that I don't have a lawn.
I love it. You know why?
Why?
I love you. You suck at cutting grass.
Yes, this is true.
I don't know how. We're not going to go there. Anyway.
But this really makes you angry.
It is stupid because it's based in stupidity. You know what else is racist? Her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are racist. Her acne is racist. She is wearing spectacles. That's racist. Based in white supremacy, too. She's wearing a white shirt. I'm offended.
Lori says that she believes only rich white people are able to have green grass. That's where she has this issue. Again, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I thought that having a nice lawn was a sense of pride.
I just looked up a statistic. 75% of homeowners or 75% of African Americans own a home.
No.
Yeah, I forgot what the statistic was.
I'm sure it's lower than that.
No, African Americans own homes just as much as white or Asian or Hispanics. African Americans own homes too, right? And to go around talking about, having a manicured lawn makes you a white supremacist. Has this female ever lived in a place not a trailer park?
I don't know.
Because we live in San Antonio. All of our neighbors, with the exception of Heather, all of our neighbors are Mexican, except that there were a few black people here and there.
Yes.
Now that I think about it,
that one black family had the worst lawn.
The worst. It was ill.
There
was a baby mattress, like a crib mattress on the side of the house. How do you do that? Regardless. People who spend money, I think they were renters, that's why.
Yes.
People who spend money on their homes, you invested in this thing, you're going to take care of it. You're proud of it. This isn't because you're white. It's because you put money into it. Now you want to take care of it.
That's what Lori said. She says pride in ownership. Let me also read what Ned said. Ned said, wow, trailer park girl with cars on blocks. Hate to see the inside of that house.
Or smell it. I could smell it from my phone. It's like you could smell the cat pee and decaying food.
It's great. Mark actually chimed in. Mark Peach chimed in on the earlier part of the conversation talking about the woman you had in the exchange with about the military. He says, I just love when someone is offended on the military's behalf. My dad was in the Army 3 years. Sunshine, I spent more time in combat than that. Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, I know how you get when people start talking about.
My dad, both my dads, both my grandfathers, 2 of my husbands, and now a child.
Mm-hmm.
And myself.
Yeah.
So, you don't get to tell me I'm offended for the military. Shut up. Shut up. We can speak for, believe it or not only can we use guns, we can use words. I'm going to tear today. Now I'm nice and angry. What else we got?
Rama says, makes me wonder what Little Miss Natural State's grooming habits are.
Oh, I hadn't even considered that.
Rama, I haven't heard from you in a while, but you always knock it out of the park, man. You are like David Ortiz, my friend.
I have to go shave something. I don't care what it is. I got to go shave something.
That's awful. So, yeah, I just wanted to play that for you. If you're just joining us and you missed it, this is like Roseanne's peeved moment of the day.
I'm having a day.
Oh, sorry. Well, this one is the one that you hate the most. I mean, today,
right now.
And I think we should make a feature out of that every week. What's ticking off Rozan today?
I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and like based in white supremacy.
Look, this is one of those things as a husband, like when you really want to tease your wife, like you look for stuff like this. Like, this will drive my wife crazy. Remember the video I showed you this morning of the husband who has his wife taped up at the dining room table, and he's doing all the things that annoy her? He like takes the tea bag and puts it on the table.
I will tell you the two worst ones were scooping the sugar
and letting it spill all over.
Like a foot away from his cup, and there's sugar all like a trail. And the next one is slurping.
Yes, the slurping. You are annoyed at the way that I eat grapes.
Not okay. I think this is many pause. That's mani pause. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
There's an actual medical term for this, but the sounds are now so magnified. Like sounds are intense. Yeah.
You're like the comic book hero Daredevil. You hear everything. I mumbled under my breath. I called Rosanna asshat, and I mumbled
in the other room.
In the other room. And she goes, "Did you just call me an asshat?" I went, goodness gracious, she heard that. I have to be careful. I cannot say a word. It's incredible you're hearing right now.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. Everybody stand by. I know people are on the phones. If you want to call up, I know we got a bunch of stuff we talked about, from William Tong to Governor Lamont's office. And of course, Roseanne's clearly very, very low tolerance for insanity. If you want to chime in on that, the number is 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. Some people have something to say. Some people have to say something. Agreed, Lori. Sparky says, the girl that thinks mowing the lawn is racist, but I bet smokes weed.
That's why she wants the weeds back. She wants to pluck it and smoke it.
First of all, that's the first time I ever heard anybody ask for a Cloverfield yard. I'm like, what? Like, that's usually Cloverfields are never what you want in your yard. I don't
know. I think when I hear Cloverfields, I think of Horton Hears a Who.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, the boy loved that. They all live on a little clover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views, and plus your phone calls when we return. It's Reese on the Radio.
Listen to WTIC News Talk 1080 on the free Odyssey app. Download and like WTIC today for alerts on special programming.
We're back. Reese on the Radio. Rozan on the Radio is here. Plenty of news and plenty of views to talk about. We will continue with some local news this break, because the reason why we were at City Hall was about this young Afghani man, 19 years old, still in high school, who was detained by ICE, and the reason why Blumenthal, Lamont, and AG Tong were there. We'll talk about that a little bit. And I just saw a post on X by Lamont's team. I have something to say about him. I'm going to wait before I say anything. Let me get to the phones. Bob, I believe, is in Hartford. How are you today, Bob?
Good. Before I get into my topic, I'd just like to say I'm very jealous of you. You have a wife that's amazing, and every guy wish they had her.
Thank you. Much appreciated, sir. What was the...
And what you should investigate is how can Blumenthal, Lamont, Murphy, and Tong not worry about all the injustice done to the African Americans through abortion in Connecticut, all the money they spent to do the abortions, all the money they get from selling the body parts in the abortions. Where is their outrage? I don't know.
There isn't any, and there's none from these so-called activist groups because they don't. They're all in it for themselves. They're all waiting for their own checks. They're hoping to get a piece of the pie, and they know that most of these people who are elected officials are going to get around to them and have a nice, beautiful check for them eventually. They don't protest here because what they want and what they're going to get is crumbs. And it's funny, you say that. Here it is, William Tong, who's got every opportunity that all he has to do is say, I'm going to do a press conference and the cameras will run. And he talks about none of the things that are going on in the African-American community. And as I mentioned, with J. Allen Jones, it's not like William Tong is the guy who killed J. Allen Jones. He's clearly the guy who is suppressing the evidence to get some accountability for his death, or is what the coroner called it, a homicide.
Well, if there wasn't so much fraud in our voting in Connecticut, Blumenthal would never get in, neither would Murphy.
Yeah.
But,
I'm hoping, like I said, I think you're 100% right. I hope that we get somewhere on this voter fraud issue, and I hope we get somewhere on the SAVE Act. But I do know this mail-in ballot, executive order is going to make a little bit of a change in the national elections, especially coming up this November. But I cannot say what other information I have. But thank you. I appreciate you calling back because I know you called back a couple of times and the phone was ringing. So thanks for holding on for me, Bob, okay?
Thank you.
You got it, sir. Let's go to another Bob who's in Waterbury. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Reese. How you doing today? And Rozan.
Hi.
Hello.
Rozan, I think you're a great addition to the show. You bring a lot of life to it and everything. And I think you guys make a great couple.
Thank you.
Keep it up. And Reese, you got to be careful. You better sleep with one eye open if you treat her bad.
I got to can I tell you this, Bob? When Roseanne and I were very early, I'm going to say the first time.
Talk about the birthmark?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, good God, move on.
So she slept with a small knife and her 9mm on her desk on her nightstand.
The knife was under the pillow, and
yes.
the 9mm was on the nightstand.
It was on the nightstand.
You got to sleep with two eyes open.
That's what I said.
Listen, so I told Reese very early on, you don't have to worry about me physically harming you. I've married you, and this marriage, we're blood in, blood out, right? I will be more than happy to spend the rest of my life making him really, really freaking miserable. I will never divorce him. I'll never hurt him. I will get so much joy from making him miserable if he ever hurt me.
See, and this is the reason why I'm on my P's and Q's.
Hey, Reese, I hope that I helped you out today.
I think you did, sir. I think you did.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. You too.
Thank you.
Let's go to, again, our good friend Rudy. He just called in yesterday, but apparently something else has got under his skin. What's up, big guy?
Well, I'll get to it in a second, but I got to say, you never take my calls when your wife's on the air. And
I didn't even know that I did that, but she's here now.
Right. And it's funny that when you married her, she was a Democrat with a knife and a gun under her bed. But now I know why she wears the pants in the family.
I'm cool with your illusion of that. And see, even she laughed.
Thing. Yesterday, you were whiter than me. So, Roseanne, when you want a real black man, because as I said, I'm part Sicilian. I got one other dirt before I want to talk about the election. Martina Navratilova from the Communist Czech Republic, right?
Yeah.
Who's mad at Democrats about men in locker rooms, but she still votes Democrat.
Yep.
She's got Trump derangement syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
She just blasted Republicans, conservatives, and MAGA because 18-year-olds automatically get enrolled in selective service right now. They don't have to voluntarily sign up.
I'm glad you brought that up because we're going to talk about that today.
It was never voluntarily. I was facing jail time or a fine or a felony. When I turned 18, I had so many days that I had
That is 100% right. I was just talking to Adam 12 about that.
How can these politicians be so ignorant?
So if anything, they just saved a bunch of conservatives because 70% of the military hates Democrats, and that's from a Military Times survey in 2020. Only 21% identify as liberals. And now you're actually getting conservatives automatically enrolled in the military, which we need. And she's complaining that we're forcing people into the military, which isn't the case. I hate to tell you, if they didn't draft my grandfather and probably Rozan's, the Czech Republic would be speaking Germany.
Wait. Let's not forget. She can talk a whole lot of smack coming from the Czech Republic. Go a couple of states over. What did Ukraine do last year and the year before that? Didn't they draft every citizen? You weren't even allowed to leave. They were picking them up off the street.
Senior citizens and teenagers.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't hear anything from what's her name again?
Roberta Sheminsky.
Rozan and I have like the same type of family. My grandfather was World War II. My dad was Korean War, military intelligence. Me and my cousin served, and my niece's husband served. And he's a messed up Afghan veteran with, the lawnmower backfires, and he's under the couch. So, I mean, my family gave a lot to the town that I was in. And, the bar's 80% liberal, and they're like, thank you for your service. I'm like, if you vote for Hillary Clinton, or don't thank me.
Rescinded.
Get mad. So here's why I called in, though.
Yeah.
My pit bull friend from West Hartford, Mark.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He's been dissecting all the candidates for governor. I'm sure you see it.
Of course. I literally just spoke to him about it before the show.
And he actually loves me because he's like, Kevin left 8 years ago. And he knows more about Connecticut politics today
than the people who live here.
So we've broken down what's wrong with Aaron and Betsy and all that, and we get attacked. And they're like, if we don't unite and blah, 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 we can't win. We all have to be on the same page. And I said this, and a person from a GOP person from New Hampshire chimed in. Mm-hmm. And it backs up what I even said to you on the radio recently. It doesn't matter if you fight until you actually get a real CT GOP, because all these flawed candidates aren't going to win. But even if one wins, and I don't know what it's...
You think it's going to be more of the same?
2018, 2020, 2022, 2024, the CT GOP left 35 to 40 seats empty statewide.
Yeah.
So that's why the Democrats have a supermajority in the House and Senate. And even if you put God in the governor's office as a Republican, he can't veto a damn thing.
No, understood.
I said this.
Understood. But you guys
like Dave and Branford, guys like Joe, guys like Mark, guys like you, people like you that are diehard conservatives that have been complaining for 10 years on this show, don't step up and run for their local Senate or House seats to get that majority back. It doesn't matter who you put in the governorship.
Agreed.
And it's sad. And you don't even have a candidate this year that's going to get more than 35% of the vote.
Listen to me. Hold on, Rudy. I'd said this before, and I had this conversation with a person who's a Democrat who said that same exact thing. So I'm going to do it this way. Instead of arguing with you back and forth.
You don't have my music queued up.
No, because I didn't know you were going to call today. I thought you called yesterday. I will do this, okay? Gentlemen's bet on this one, okay? And wait, I don't know what part are you in? Northern Florida, mid Florida? You near
yes, where in Florida?
Where in Florida? You near the Panhandle, or you near like?
No. All right. I'll put it, I'm smack dab in the middle of I-4, 45 minutes from Clearwater, 45 minutes from Disney World.
Oh, I know exactly where you are.
I got to it's Lakeland, Florida. It's right on I-4.
I know exactly where it is.
180,000 people, 5 murders a year, no rapes. But hey, we've had such an invasion of conservatives and a lot of minority conservatives. It's fascinating that if you come down here now, you could get Kelly's roast beef that's famous in Boston. You could get Colony Pizza. You could get Pepe's Pizza. We have a couple that came from the Bronx that's Puerto Rican, and they've opened 3 locations in Tampa and Brandon, Florida, that are bodega sandwiches. It's almost like my barber is from Newark, and he's Dominican. His partner is Puerto Rican from Philly. It's like the old school New York.
Yeah, it's like having the Northeast in Florida.
There's a bat from the 1981 World Series on the wall, and there's an Allen Iverson picture dunking on Kobe in the 2001 NBA. It's amazing, but we're starting to get the food culture. Now, I'm not talking about the high-end stuff like the but we're getting the comfort food.
Let's go.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let's go.
I've had 3 Italian delis open up within an hour of me.
Hey, how far are you from the Villages?
Oh, he's pretty far.
No, I'm not.
No,
Thank you.
I need to go to a break,
Rudy
both
and I
of you.
are chatting. How far are you from the Villages?
About 60 miles.
Okay, we're going to go visit.
Still an hour. Anyway.
Don't go to the Villages.
Yes, I know. It's STD Farms.
Well, we're not sleeping with them.
That's where I'm going to find my sugar mama. I got to retire in 2 years.
I got to take a break.
Find an 80-year-old widower with money.
Get out of here.
Unless Rozan wants a real black man.
All right, get out of here. That's it. That's not happening. Get out of here.
I know. Can Rudy afford me?
No, he cannot. I can't. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. Traffic and weather's coming up, too, in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. We'll see you in a minute.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I got to tell you, look, Matteo says that you've obviously never driven in Florida. 60 miles, that's about 15 minutes. No, it isn't. Okay.
Well, so we were in San Antonio to go 60 miles where the speed limit is 75. That still took us like 40, 45 minutes.
Exactly. All right.
So what people don't understand is even like if you increase your speed by 5 or 10 miles over the speed limit, you're literally only reducing your arrival time by like 2 or 3 minutes.
Florida, everywhere you go. I'll never forget when Derek Headley said to me when I went to Florida for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Derek.
He says to me, he goes, I go, drive me to 7-Eleven. I'm like, I don't want to ride today. I was like, where is it? He was like, it's right down the road. 20 minutes later.
That's like San Antonio. We don't tell you the distance. We tell you how many hours to get there.
Exactly.
Or it's around the corner.
Yeah.
And, you know.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as around the corner. I'm from Queens. Around the corner is around the corner. Up the block is up the block. Right? These people, they said, it's right down the road. Oh, what the hell does that mean?
45 minutes later.
Exactly. Up the road. If you're accustomed to it, that's a regular trip. I'm not going to lie. The Stop and Shop from our apartment is about 12 minutes away. I'm not going to lie to you. I hate the drive. It's too long. It's too long. 12 minutes in a car driving that isn't going to another state or an event out of town.
I feel like you're just too grumpy.
Nobody should drive 12 minutes to the grocery store. It should be so close by. I'm from New York. The grocery store is right there. That's where it is.
And
walk out the door, right there.
This is why I DoorDash or Instacart everything.
And you had a pizza delivered from your favorite pizzeria. Mm-hmm. And by the way, it's good pizza. I'm just stunned at who owns it. And because they shouldn't be making pizza, right? Say it.
It's really good pizza.
It is good pizza. I'm not lying.
Really
they should not be allowed to make pizza. It should be a law. It should be a law.
I can't say what I want to say because it's going to get me canceled.
I'm walking in and there's cricket on the television. They should not be making pizza, but it's good pizza nonetheless. That pizza,
I hate you so much.
I drove there from the station to go get pizza from there, and then drove back home. It was 15 minutes to get there, and you have that pizza delivered. Mm-hmm. That's too far. No wonder they charge so much for that pizza.
It's freaking delicious.
It is delicious. I'm not saying that. They should not be allowed.
Quit griping.
Okay?
Just
saying.
Griping.
Okay?
I take good care of you, don't
If I found out that, William Tong made chitlins and and hog moss, I would go, what are you doing? What are you doing? Everybody else would say it.
It's like La China Fondita in Santa, the Chinese restaurant right down there from our house.
Who owns it? Mexicans. Have we eaten at that Chinese restaurant?
Never. La China Fondita.
That's right. It's a Chinese restaurant. Chinese. That's right. A Chinese restaurant that is owned and run by Mexicans. We've never eaten there. Hold on. How close is it to our house? It's around the corner.
Yeah,
it's the closest restaurant to us. 2
miles.
That's right. It's closer than the Jack in the Box we actually went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lived in Hawaii and we went to a Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese. Everybody's Japanese.
That's just insane.
It was white rice with ketchup on it.
We got to take our first break. Let's get to weather and traffic. Our first break for weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's here. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark. We're back. Reese on the radio. And in this next half of the program, we have Governor Lamont who says that Connecticut will not stay silent as a young man is taken by ICE. I got to be honest, I don't know what that means. I don't know why people say it. When I say something, I'm like, what do you mean? What does it mean? I don't know. We're going to find out. What does it mean to not stay silent on the case? It sounds crazy.
They've already moved on.
Yeah.
He's already forgotten what he was doing this morning.
I don't even know. Let's get another check of traffic and weather.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. It's Reese on the radio. You don't know why I didn't think about this. There's so much news going on that I forget about certain things. So, Rozan, I'm kind of going to ask you to play my Gal Friday right now.
I don't know what that means.
Wow. Okay. You're only 9 years younger than me.
I don't know what a Gal Friday is.
You've never heard of that?
No.
You never even heard that term?
What does it mean?
Okay. So, in essence, you're kind of working as an assistant. Your Gal Friday is somebody who, like, sort of backs you up.
Am I your Vanna White?
I guess that would be
okay, I'll
a
be
sort
your
of.
Vanna White, sure.
This one's different. Okay. Do you remember the two young men who were taken into custody? They showed up at an anti-immigration rally outside of Mayor Mamdani's home.
The bombers.
They threw bombs. I need you to just find out one quick tidbit about the two young men. And this is very important to this story. Because I hear all these people, and if we had stayed at the event today or the press conference that Dave Mager was just talking about, this is the question I would have brought up. But I got the great piece of Andrew Tong, so I kind of squandered it. But this is important because now what I want you to look up specifically, if I didn't say it, is that I need you to look up the two young men and their parents. I think that they are from Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. I'm positive on that. Lori is also the head of Reese search here at Reese on the radio. See what I did there? Lori, if you're by a computer, I want you to look this up and tell me if you find it. If indeed the young men were either born here or their parents are first-generation immigrants into the country.
So the parents, Amir Balat's parents were born in Turkey.
Okay.
And Ibrahim Qayyumi's parents were born in Afghanistan.
Right. That's the one I want.
In 2009 and 2004.
Okay. That's the ages of the years that the two young men were born?
They naturalized.
Okay, naturalized.
As citizens in 2004 and 2009.
Give me the Afghanistan family. When did they get here? This is very important. And I know some people's wheels are turning. They know where I'm going here. Because that is a very important part of all of this. And I am trying to get people to think outside of the headline. As this story was going on and on, I kept saying to myself, wait a minute. It isn't as simple as people think it is. You've got all of the heartstring pullers who are out there. He's an honor student. He's a good boy.
He's 19.
A father who was in Afghanistan risking his life against the Taliban. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Lori, right on point. Two Pennsylvania men accused of throwing homemade bombs during a far-right protest outside New York City's Oro Mamdani's home Saturday said they were inspired by ISIS, according to the court complaint. Amir Balat, 18, and Ibrahim Qayyumi, 19, were charged on Monday, providing material support to a terrorist organization and using a weapon of mass destruction, according to Jay Clayton, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. The men who remain in custody also face charges of transporting explosive materials and unlawful possession of destructive devices, authorities said. Now, what'd you find out on the Ibrahim boy from Afghanistan?
The father arrived in New York City in the early 1990s.
Okay.
The mother, it just says, was naturalized in 2009.
These the Afghanistan kids.
They own a $2.25 million home in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, now listen to my point. Those people, those Afghanis, were here since, as you said, what, the 1990s?
Right.
Okay. The 19-year-old boy was online and committed, as they just said here, they were providing material support to a terrorist organization. They are the age of the young man who is now being detained by ISIS. His father used to work in Afghanistan for the U.S. as a translator or whatever, okay? And he brought his 19-year-old son here. And even if he got here, 4 years ago, that means that he got here roughly about, 15, maybe 13 years old when he came into the country? Okay.
Okay.
That's an important thing here.
I'm thinking about when the person we know was going to Dulles to vet these Afghanis before they were all dumped in the boys' high school.
That's right.
The boy is only 18, and his whole high school demographic went from black and Latino to Arab.
Right.
And now they have all the Arab high school, like all the Arab holidays off from school. They don't get a winter break anymore. They don't get none of that. That was so he just graduated last year, so had to have been within the last 4 to 5 years.
Right. So again, just so everybody understands, this is a 19-year-old Afghani boy living
He's
a man living in the United States. His father, again, because everybody keeps talking about his father. Well, his father served with the U.S. His father served with the U.S. Father served with the U.S. Now, continue to be my gal Friday. I want you to look up the 2 service members in Washington, D.C., one of which who died, the other one who was at the State of the Union. Do we remember that individual who came to Washington, D.C. and shot the 2?
In D.C.
That's right. Remember him? That happened, what was that, earlier this year or last year? It must have been it was last year. But because I know that during the State of the Union, one of them was remembered, and one of them, the young lady who passed away, who died of her injuries, was honored at the State of the Union of President Trump.
I can't say this name. That's
okay. That's okay. You can't say his name. Where's the young
29-year-old Afghan national ambushed 2 West Virginia National Guardsmen, shot critically, staff sergeant. He was shot and wounded. Afghan Pashtu from Khost province arrived in the U.S. in September of 2021, which is right in that time frame. Granted asylum in 25. Previously worked with the CIA-blocked elite counterterrorism unit in Kandahar.
What was that again?
He worked with the CIA-backed elite counterterrorism unit.
Did this man kill a service member in Washington, D.C.?
He did. He ambushed you, and I believe he was screaming...
Allahu Akbar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My salami like a lake.
Yeah. But the bottom line is, was he doing that? Did he work for the United States?
Yeah.
So I can only ask one question. And again, I'm the only person who's making this connection here. I'm sure a lot of people are, okay? But I want them to think outside the box.
Oh, the couple in, was it California that went into the gay bar? What was it, like a decade ago?
Well, again,
weren't they Afghani as well?
I don't remember that. That's too old, but that wouldn't have been. But my bottom line is that in recent history, we have Afghanis right now, right off the bat. We have 2 in just a matter of months from each other.
The Boston school shooter?
No, I would go.
The ROTC
No.
shooter.
Hold on. The ROTC shooter. Here we are, knowing damn well that we have people who have been naturalized into the United States from Afghanistan who have committed heinous acts of terrorism in the country. And using this cloak, as many people are, he was in high school. He's an honor student. His father fought on the side of the United States. What are you telling me? This means nothing. None of it means a thing. That is pointless. And here we've got Ned Lamont talking about Connecticut won't be silent. Good. Say nothing. Now, I am not alleging that the young man has done anything wrong, but he was detained. Someone's got to answer the question. Why? That's all. We can't go with this idea. And I see the hesitation coming from Richard Blumenthal and William Tong and from Governor Lamont. There's a degree of this. There's no real outrage. They're not screaming and hollering. They're bringing attention to this because they get, this is a way for them to attack Donald Trump and ICE and all of that. But I found it odd that this is a 19-year-old. I can understand if it was, like when everyone was screaming and hollering about the fake story about Liam. Remember the 5-year-old? That pulled at everybody's heartstring. Look at the cute little boy. That's so awful. It's horrible. 19-year-old in high school.
It's a grown man dog. It's a grown man dog. Grown man dog. I don't care.
I'm still trying to figure it out. Someone's got to explain it to me. Why would they pick him up? Why would they?
I don't know. It seems to me like we have story after story after story of these radicalized Muslims. The problem, again, nobody's hearing me. You want to be, we're all accepting in America, religious freedom. Mm-hmm. Islam is not religious. It is not a religion. It is a political movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's a political movement, and their entire reason for existing is to take down the U.S. I will say it now, as I've said it before. Liberal women turned Iran into what it is today. We've got a bunch of liberal women running around today screaming, Wallah, what Akbar, begging for Sharia law without realizing they're trying to turn the United States into one of those, Muslim nations. That's not who we are. Mm-hmm. So these people are coming here. They were radicalized at home. There's this little thing called taqiyya. Look it up. Taqiyya, where they are encouraged to lie and befriend non-believers until they gain our trust and take over. That's their whole purpose.
The part of this that I want people to understand is that this radicalization that we clearly saw in Washington, D.C., from these two young men in New York City who traveled all the way from, well, not all the way, but they traveled from Pennsylvania, all right, to attack a right-leaning protest. These people are pledging their allegiance to Allah or to Islamic groups. Now, with that as well happening in a time where places like New York City and other places are seeing a rise in not just anti-Semitism, but Hamas and Hamas-like terrorists sympathizing.
Huge mosques going up everywhere.
And we're
Sharia
seeing
courts.
it everywhere.
Yep.
A 19-year-old from Afghanistan is detained, and not one person thought, and which again baffles my mind, why you would not take a beat.
Those kids that were the two from Pennsylvania were radicalized online.
Yeah.
Spent their entire lives here in the U.S., right? Don't we have something that Obama signed into law where the federal government can monitor web searches? So, and it's based on this terrorism, this counterterrorism thing. Like, we are trying to protect the American homeland. How do you idiots not know this? For all you know, the government found out that this little radical Islamist is trying to become even further radicalized. You don't know. Well, it's illegal.
I'm so done with these people. It's another point. I'm so done with these people telling me over and over again about who these people are, and we're just supposed to believe them. And you don't get, I'm just saying that, you do not get to tell the rest of us who these people are. I need all of the evidence and all of the information. And he doesn't get to ride on his father's coattails because that ain't enough. Because like I said, the man who shot and tried to killed one and tried to kill the other serviceman in Washington, D.C. was exactly like this young man's father.
I just looked it up. Between 2024 and 2026, how many Muslims have murdered and or committed acts of terrorism in the United States after emigrating to the U.S.? 3 perpetrators of murder and an additional 6 perpetrators for more murder, and it didn't give me anything for acts of terrorism, I'm assuming, because it's all wrapped in. So this is sort of a pattern, right? Like, you want to say, oh, well, not all Somalis are committing fraud. No, nobody said all Somalis. We just said, unfortunately, the ones that are committing fraud are these people all that, like, they're all Somalian, right? Who's committing terrorism in this country? I can almost guarantee you it's not a bunch of white folks running around making bombs going, Allah Akbar. They're not. There's a reason why certain people are targeted for certain things. Everybody knows you want to get your math homework done, you go find an Asian kid. You want your grass cut and your yard done really well, you go call a Hispanic person. You want your roof did, you call it, right? Their stereotypes exist for a reason. We may not like them, but they exist for a reason.
We call my old boss, Paul Malamet, used to say, he said, stereotypes are 90% truth. That's the way he looked at it. He believed that perception as well. He said, stereotypes are 90% truth. So is perception.
Absolutely.
And it's like just one of those things you have to, and he says that you must understand that in business. It's also very important during survival.
Absolutely.
You have to, those things exist for reasons. Everyone else is trying to defy nature. And I just go, look, it doesn't matter to me whether or not all do it or all don't. Is I know what's statistically possible in that situation. Right. And in order for us to survive, we have to recognize those things.
We ban certain dogs from living in certain areas, right? Because statistically, this particular dog has a higher propensity for violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's true.
I'm just saying, if it's true for dogs, and I'm not saying people are dogs, I'm saying if we can certain areas you stay out of because it's got poison ivy or known for poison ivy or known for ticks, we avoid those areas. Why can't we do the same thing?
Yeah, why aren't we? Yeah, I mean, we should be able to apply that to anything. I'm like, we should be able to say
because feelings matter.
We should be able to do that with anything. I mean, should we not fear black bears or fear brown bears
racist.
less?
Wow. Wow. Polar bears are far safer. Is that what you're saying?
I would imagine.
Because they're white? Wow.
I'm just kidding.
These people are just stupid.
Mary says, but white people are shooting up schools and churches.
Now it's the trannies.
The transgenders are actually
transgenders.
Yes, that's that number's going there now. Dogs and cats have feelings. No, they don't. Time to get up out of here. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Dogs? What do you mean? Dogs, of course, have feelings.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I know better than to run afoul with you and dogs. I know.
When the boys see me, their tail goes 100 miles per hour. So I'm assuming there's some sort of joy when they see me.
The man who feeds us has arrived.
That's true.
The man who has food.
They are very food motivated. There's no question about that.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back, and the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center will be with us in a minute. Reese on the radio, Rozan on the radio is here, and I want to give a shout out to our friends, our beautiful friends over at Stadium 15, who are hanging out there. Of course, Dana Fortin, who is the owner, and they're actually listening to the show. So I want to give a shout out to Stephanie, Damien, and the sleeping Asian Carl, as we like to call him, Matt, who is there as well. We love him.
I just want to tell everybody, I had this image of Dana standing inside the bar holding his phone, everybody huddled around listening to the show. I'm sure that's probably not what's happening, but in my mind, that was the first image I had.
Well, we love them, and of course, it is important, and Dana is a good friend of ours, and everybody else there. We love the people there. They have become almost family to all of us. And of course, I don't want to forget to mention, oh, goodness gracious, I'm already missing April. April as well, who's always sort of a great sort of smiling face every time we come down to Stadium 15. But that being said,
and Ernesto.
Oh, I can't forget. I'm sorry.
Ernesto.
Why would I forget Ernesto?
Know,
that's like kind of your buddy.
That's my homie.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Ernesto.
I want to say that because the reason why I'm mentioning Stadium 15 is because Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment was "Thou shalt not speak ill of another Republican," a political rule that was established in the 1960s to foster party unity by discouraging public infighting. Well, WTIC, along with the folks at Stadium 15, will be hosting News Talk 1080's 11th Commandment Republican gubernatorial debate with candidates vying for the Republican nomination. It happens on April 30th at 7 p.m. till 8:30 p.m. at the private event room at Stadium 15, so I hope that you will join us there. Oh, how do you join? Oh, I have that answer for you. Even though the debate's going to be live right here on WTIC, on WTIC.com, and of course the Odyssey app, you can get a chance by going to WTIC.com. Click on more and then contest. You fill out that form and one of you and lucky 60 couples or so will get a chance to sit there in the audience with myself, Brian Shackman, Dana Fortin, maybe Stephanie and Damien will be there. Asian Carl will not. be there. He is bored at those things, so he won't be there. I'm talking about Matt. He won't be there. I won't make him come on down there. Anyway, you got to go to WTIC.com in order to enter, and you can hang out with all of us down there. Mark Christopher. I don't know if he's coming down there. He might. Whatever. We'll see. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. Rozan's back. Reese is back. And we'll take your phone calls in a second. So, guys, stand by. I got Lori and Dave there. I promise I will get to you because I didn't realize we should have done this in the last break because I haven't even done this in a couple of days now. It's the stupidest thing I read today.
Very well be the stupidest person on the face of the earth.
The stupidest thing I read today, on March 31st of this year, more than 100 Apollo Go robotaxis run by Chinese tech giant Baidu suddenly froze in place across Wuhan at exactly 8:57 p.m.
They got COVID.
Passengers were stranded in traffic, some locked inside those cars for up to 90 minutes on busy streets and overpasses. Videos showed cars with blinking hazard lights, a few lightly bumping other vehicles, but no injuries were reported. Customer service gave vague specialist dispatched replies while people sat helpless. The company blamed a system failure in its centralized management software that controls the entire fleet. One woman trapped on an overpass surrounded by dump trucks said she kept calling but got nowhere until the rescue request was mysteriously canceled. The cars rely on both onboard AI and a central hub. So one glitch can shut down 100 cars at once. The company was reached by for comment, and they say that the computer system turned out that it was infected with what they are calling a CAR-Rona virus.
I hate you.
Applaud me.
No.
That was corny and hilarious. No. Come on, it was a CAR-Rona virus.
Yeah, I got it. The car got the Rona.
Yeah, CAR-Rona.
Driving through Wuhan. You know what?
CAR-Rona.
You know what I learned from that article?
What?
Stop buying cheap Chinese crap.
That's absolutely.
Only buy American.
CAR-Rona.
When was the last time you heard about a Tesla? Just random, like hundreds of Teslas. Just like, you know what? We're done. Never happened.
CAR-Rona.
Oh my God! Please move on. I want to keep loving you. I do. I want to love you. I want so desperately to love you, but you keep that up. I might trade you in for Rudy. I mean, Greg is single. Just saying.
Okay. All right. You know what? We're not talking anymore.
I bet Greg wouldn't be,
What, telling you CAR-Rona jokes? Okay. Good point. Lori's in Glastonbury. How you doing, Lori?
Hey, you guys. How are you all doing on this glorious day?
We are trying so hard right now.
I bet.
Some harder than others.
I can hear it. You guys are hilarious. I enjoy listening to you both so much, and I wanted to go back to the whole down the street thing.
Oh, driving in Florida down the block.
Now, well, I actually have a really funny story about that.
Okay.
So, as you would expect, I would. So, I told you before, I was a resident director for a program in Glastonbury where high school boys could come and live and get a better education than they could in their neighborhoods. Well, they were from Dorchester and Harlem and the Bronx and Philly and, various inner city areas. And so I was, I had weekend duty one time. And I said to the boys, okay, well, I've got to go run an errand, so let's everybody jump in the van so that I can go down to the store. And they said, well, how far is the store? I said, well, it's down the street. One of the boys said, nothing is down the street around here. Everything is at least 15 minutes away. You people always say it's down the street. It is never down the street.
Let me tell you something, Lori. It is I know it's going to be stereotypical to say so, but it's a black thing. We don't believe you when you say down the street. You're all lying.
Who cares?
It's that you're all lying.
Seriously, who cares? Just get in the car and enjoy the ride.
No one wants...
Listen, we get to the store, you can buy a little candy and eat it in the car. Just stop griping.
Well, man, I clearly needed you with me that day.
Apparently. No, it is. People do not understand it. See, I have to drive. Rozan drives nowhere. She is the passenger princess. So I have to be in a mood to drive. And if I'm not in a mood, I'm going to be listening to music that, one, she cannot recognize, and two, cannot stand. So that's what she's got to get used to. And it is. When we were younger, no one likes to be trapped in a car for a long distance. Also, here's the other thing that you people never ever...
What do you mean, you people?
You who are people. You people never seem to understand something that always drives me crazy, is that we as drivers, the only thing we care about, it's not really the distance, is the longer the drive is, the more idiots I have to endure on the road. That's it.
Well, you have me there. You've got me there.
Okay.
I have no argument for that. But can I also add on, there is a movie, a total switcheroo of subject. But you said Gal Friday, and it made me think of the movie Gal Friday.
Yep.
I don't know if either one of you have ever seen it.
I have.
It's an old school black and white movie, hilarious. But man, you got to pay attention to keep up with the dialogue because they talk fast.
It is. It's a very. It was pre. Fast dialogue of Gilmore Girls. It's a very fast-paced dialogue movie, but I know it very well. That's how I learned the term Gal Friday.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I just wanted to give you your weekly funny story of me.
I always appreciate it. Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful weekend, y'all. Bless.
Thank you. You too.
You know, as a kid growing up, we drove everywhere.
Yes, I understand that.
Like when my dad PCS'd, had a permanent change of station from Corpus Christi to California, we drove. 3 kids, 2 adults, towing a U-Haul. We drove through the mountains, through the fruited plains. I mean, we drove everywhere.
I don't like it. I don't want to do it.
I don't care.
It's too much.
I love you. I'll drive. Just so you be the
I won't
passenger
let you drive.
princess. Then
you
don't
hate
complain.
people in the car. You brake check people. When people are tailgating you.
It doesn't bother me one bit. It does not bother me one bit.
When people tailgate Rozan. Let me rephrase that. When people tailgate me, Rozan will reach over to the steering wheel and will flicker the windshield wiper fluid so it flies back in the face of the person tailgating to make them back up. And I'm like, Rozan, stop doing it.
At least I don't brake check anymore.
Yeah, well, that's because you don't drive. And I bet you if we didn't have that divider there, you would reach over the console and step on the brake with me driving.
I would, honestly, what I've started doing is I literally will just do the speed limit. Like if you were that in a rush to get somewhere that you have to be that far up my backside,
that's why the only time you drive is alone.
Everybody's doing the speed limit. Everybody
That's
will
the reason
do
why
exactly the speed limit.
The only time you drive is alone, and I'm not there.
Well,
and guess who's sitting around while you're in the car driving, nervous wreck all day? Who's she getting into a fight with?
I haven't gotten into a fight with anybody in a very long time. I've calmed down in my older age.
Okay, Rozan, sure you have.
I saved my fight for you.
That's pretty evident. That's pretty evident. Let's go to Dave in Windsor. Hello, Dave.
Hey, good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. What's up, man?
Good. I just caught the end of the what you're talking about with the Afghanistan guys or whatever. But here's kind of a flip side of it. I'm not talking about them or whatever, but what I'm going to get at here is white supremacists. And the statistics. And the total, this is now between 2012 and 21. Of the 443 extremist-related murders, 244 were committed by white supremacists. And it goes on, the statistics, and I'm not going to be reading them all. But
No. We need to get into it. Hold on. I don't want you to generalize. You said white supremacist attacks. Can you give me the context of that? That's like saying gun shootings. Like, what do you mean? When you say white supremacist attacks, you're talking about the motive was based upon, like, are we talking Klansmen? Are we talking about neo-Nazi attacks? And when you say attacks, are we talking about gang fights, murders, assaults? Are we talking about inflicting sort of an atrocity on a synagogue, on black churches? What are we talking about? Dylan Roof?
Yeah, the latter. Driven extremist mass killings. Yeah, like they're talking about the 2015 Charleston shooting.
With Dylan Roof?
18. I'm sorry.
Dylan Roof.
I don't know, to be honest with you. It just says mentions 2015 Charleston church shootings. There were 9 deaths.
That was a
Dylan Roof.
Tree of Life Synagogue.
No. He's talking about Dylan Roof. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right. The 2018 Tree of Life Synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh with 11. Mm-hmm. The 2019 Walmart shooting with 23 deaths.
Stop. The Walmart shooting. Hold on. The Walmart shooting was white supremacist. Was white supremacist?
That's what they're attributing to. Yes.
Uh-huh. And
to extremists.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What about the tops?
Anyway, I mean,
hold on. What about the tops? Did they include the top shooting in Buffalo?
You know what? Again, I'm not into.
You got it. There's an important part about this, Dave, and you have to understand that this is very important about this show. And I would assume I'm under the impression you at least listen to the show to some degree, and this is very important. And I've dealt with this on plenty of levels. You're approaching the show with a statistic that you're now telling me you're not sure. With all due respect, if you're coming at me, and I know all of the cases that you're citing, it's my job to, because I cover the news and I cover it well. So you can name whatever the thing is. That's the reason why I just threw at you that they include the top shooting, because that's more recent. They just celebrate. I think that, well, celebrate is a horrible word, but they just went through the anniversary of that recently in Buffalo, New York. Plus, I know all of the manifestos of each and every one of the individuals you're talking about. These mass shootings that you're talking about, you suggest that 444 of them? Is that what the number you said?
It was, hold on, 443 total extremist-related murders.
And you said 400, okay, and
244 were committed by what they considered to be white supremacists.
Okay, so I was wondering if it was 400 or 2. Okay, so you get 200 of them, and the amount, the time span between them are, you said
2012 to 2021.
Okay, 2012 to 2021. That is a span of, is that considered 9 years?
Well, if you're including 12 and 21, then it's a decade.
Okay, so that would be a decade.
Right. Then there's it goes into 2022 and 2023 and 2024.
Right. Also, now you're saying that in that time span there were more shootings or mass shootings by white supremacists than there were radical Islamists?
Yes.
In what country?
U.S.
Okay. What about mass shootings in inner cities?
Oh, that's a whole different statistic, I believe. That would be,
Okay. Well, you know what? What's weird is that in that statistic, there's an important distinction. It's an important distinction, Dave. That's the reason why I'm asking you. The point is that when I look at mass shootings, it's supposed to involve 4 or more people who are shot, not killed, shot. The number is overwhelming. In fact, in the time span that you just cited, Chicago had 1 year, the city of Chicago in 2016, in the middle of your ratio, or at least the ratio that you're at, okay? They had 865, maybe 64 murders black on black crime. Out of the ones that were, and when we say mass shootings, in other words, shootings into crowds where 4 people or more were victims, that number tops over 500.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure. I mean, and this doesn't include the mass shooting, say, in Las Vegas, where the guy killed,
right. Very good point, because we still don't know the motive of that.
Right. So, I mean, this is just what I did is I just was curious about the white supremacists.
Mm-hmm. I have to ask the white supremacist. Can I ask, what is a white supremacist, and who is their victim?
Who is a white supremacist?
Yeah, describe a white supremacist.
What is a white supremacist and who is their victim?
Hold on. We got to stop. I apologize. Dave, can you hold on? Because we're about to get to the top of the hour. Can you hold for me for a little bit? We'd like to get into this discussion. It's an important one. If you can hold on, I'd appreciate it. But I got to get to the bottom. I got to get to the top of the hour news and as well as weather and traffic. Can you hold for me?
I'll try.
Okay. All right. No problem. Thank you, buddy. All right. Let's get to that. Let's get to Mark Christopher. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center, and we'll continue our conversation with Dave. See if we can. Hey, Mark.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right. Let's do our thing, and then we'll get back to Dave and Windsor and the rest of the phone calls. News. Okay, for birthdays today in music news, Mandy Moore turns 42 years old. She used to be a pop singer, but now she's a pretty accomplished actress. She was in that that show, This Is Us. It's a very popular TV show back in the days. Didn't watch it. No. Anyway, Mike Mushak, who's the 56-year-old guitarist of the group Stained. I think you liked that group. I think you at least expressed that you did. Brian Seltzer, who is the leader of the Stray Cats, is 67. And R&B singer Babyface, you might know him, yes, from L.A. and Babyface. He turned 67 this year. And a guy who inspired me in the rap game a long time ago, he turns 56 today, and that is none other than Q-Tip of A Tribe Called Quest. He turns 56, and he's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer as well. Popular album chart and anniversaries. 33 years ago, another group that I love, Depeche Mode, Songs of Faith and Devotion, reached #1 on the Billboard 200 back in 1993. You want to know who they knocked out of the #1 spot? None other than Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard soundtrack. Remember how big that was? That was forever on the charts. Depeche Mode did that 33 years ago. 44 years ago, Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast, tops the UK album charts back in 1982. 50 years ago, Peter Frampton's Frampton Comes Alive hits #1 in the Billboard 200 in 1976. And last but not least, the last of the Beatles happened 56 years ago. Today, Paul McCartney publicly announces the breakup of the Beatles in 1970. That means that the Beatles broke up. I wasn't even a year old yet.
I wasn't born.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
My mom was in elementary school.
Let's get to the PBS Lawyers Traffic Center with Mark Christopher. Hello, Mark. I can't deal with the young people today.
I know.
I know you would have been, what, 7 when the Beatles broke up? About 6?
Yeah.
Okay. You couldn't even really fathom all that. You couldn't even grasp that.
No, I just remember they were on Apple Records. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Wow.
But Paul McCartney, they all went on and did great stuff after they broke up.
Let's not go nuts. Ringo didn't do so well.
I like some. It don't come easy.
Listen to me. Ringo is sitting up here saying to Paul McCartney, he's going, one day I will be the only Beatle.
He just might be.
If he's the only Beatle, everyone will adore him. He will finally get the accolades he's been dying to get. Because I think Ringo gets a raw deal.
The No-No song, Don't Come Easy, Photograph, another good song. You had some good songs.
You might as well be speaking Chinese. I have no idea what these things are.
How I feel.
I saw Ringo's All-Star Band. I've seen them a couple times. They were really good. It was
I don't recognize one of the All-Stars in the All-Star. It's like Dancing with the Stars on Ringo's
You had Colin Hay from Men at Work.
That's right.
The guy from Steve Luther from Toto.
Okay.
John was it? Oh, I can't remember the other guy.
Struggling.
No, no, they were a tight band. They were
I know they were a great band.
They were good.
I'm teasing Ringo.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Rozan has another thing she's ticked off about. I may have to cut your screen time on computers just for that case. Now, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I don't want to keep Dave online, and I want to thank him. I really appreciate you, Dave. Thank you for holding on. So, Dave, what I did find out, and I looked at this, and you're right. You're 100% right about the number of white supremacist ideological mass shootings is high. However, The way that they mark this down, which is interesting, they say that it is 13 incidents in that time frame, only 85 deaths. But I don't care about the 85 deaths and try to make light of it. I don't like that number. But you're right in the sense of there were a considerable amount of attacks. But what they're saying is that the 13 incidents that they're counting from 2012 to 2021, they're counting that at 13. Here's where you and I sort of go in our separate directions. And I look at this gun violence because, again, they don't pay attention to it. So they look at the total of mass gun violence or shootings where 4 people are shot or more. They're counting 3,900 incidents. But here's where it gets crazy. Because gun violence is a big, important thing to a lot of people, especially a state like this. It says urban gang and crime-related mass shootings is 60 to 80% of all gun violence in the thousands.
And that's mass shootings,
Yeah,
too.
Mass shootings. No, this is only shooting.
No,
exactly.
I think what they fail to appreciate is mass shooting. A mass cal is when, like you said, for us it was 3 or more.
Right.
We'll call it 4 or more persons involved and or injured.
Right.
We're talking about an urban area. In an urban community where people have homes, where children are living and existing, but we're not calling those mass cows because it's black on black crime.
Correct. Now, he is right in the sort of where his point was breaking down the white supremacy extremists versus the terrorist attacks. Those numbers are few and far between. You're dead right on that, Dave. So I want to make sure that you get credit for that, and I want to admit that I looked it up just to make sure. According to this, they're saying white supremacist extremist murders rounded up 333 deaths, and the Islamic terror attack deaths they're calling major incidents, they're counting 87 deaths. But the overwhelming number of people who have died in violent, I would say extremists, in the total number, 60 to 80% of them are happening in the inner city.
Yeah, well, again, that leads to, guns and gun control.
Right. That whole argument.
Whole nother argument.
Right.
Take it down another road.
Yeah.
But, you
made a fair point, and I just wanted to make sure that we had it right, because I'm listening to that, because, I can argue all day the Dylan Roof thing, but he did express that he had white supremacist issues. But, they consider the top shooting in Buffalo, where those people were killed. They called that guy a white supremacist, but ignored his manifesto, because in the manifesto, his issue with African Americans, weirdly enough, was the fact that they were not what's the word? They were not green friendly. He was arguing about people in the African
environmental.
Yeah, they were. Yes,
so he was an environmentalist.
Exactly.
It's a left thing. Can I also say that shootings in synagogues, those are not white supremacy. Those are anti-Semites. There's a difference.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they weren't listed in this, because they were trying to give me the JDL numbers, and I ignored those. I absolutely dismissed those because they're never accurate and they're done in such a skewed way. But Dave, thank you for holding on, and I appreciate your phone call.
Okay, yeah, great. Well, have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. You too.
Take care. Thanks.
So I'm getting these messages.
And I just want to say,
yes,
guns are not the problem.
Right.
I owned a gun for 15 years. It never killed anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
It never did.
Even me.
Not even you.
CAR-Rona. No, okay. Just making a point. Stop looking at me like that, okay? Stop it. Just kidding. Just testing your boundaries. You got a story alert that we wanted to talk about, that this has got you kind of up in arms.
Yeah, you know what? There are like 2 or 3 things going on right now that I'm like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Okay, the Connecticut school board is asking for an additional $18.9 million, claiming that they're, sorry, I just pulled up the picture from Dana and them. Connecticut, damage has already begun. Connecticut school leaders pleading for more state aid to prevent layoffs. Apparently, they've had to lay off 77
employees.
Personnel, right, including school counselors and, people on that level.
Right. Not teachers?
I didn't see teachers. It
Okay.
was layoffs of other personnel.
Right.
I like how this article says that they tore educators away from the schools that they helped build.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how old are these teachers? Connecticut's kind of old, right? I'm just saying.
Relatively,
Public
yeah,
schools
sure.
have been here for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to do some quick numbers, right? The amount of money that it costs to educate a student in the state of Connecticut, it's $12.2 billion.
That's all the students in the state of Connecticut.
That's the entire state of Connecticut.
Okay.
That is averaging $22,000 per student.
Okay.
That is the average breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I asked Grok how many students have left, because we did these are the same exact numbers that we did a few weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
Over 10,638 students have left Connecticut public schools.
I have to reiterate that do not look at this as Grok giving a number out of the ether. Grok gets this number from published reporting.
Right. So, and again, this is the same number I got several weeks ago when we were talking about the homeschooling situation.
That's right.
Okay? Same exact number. So 10,638 students at $22,000 per student. That is $234,036.
This is important. That number's important. Say it again.
$234,036,000 that no longer needs to be there because people
students
aren't
are gone.
there. There's
right.
nobody there to educate for that lump of money.
You know you're about to reveal something now.
However,
the
state of Connecticut is asking for an additional $18 million so that they don't have to close any more schools.
Okay. And what you're arguing here is if you don't have the students,
what do you need the money for?
What do you need the money for? Again, and this is where the rubber meets the road in this debate. What it proves, and sorry, but the news media will never tell you, is that none of the money that the education department gets or schools get have anything to do with the children. It has everything to do with the faculty.
Right.
Everything. It doesn't matter. The kids can go. There is a budget for the money that goes to teachers and faculty. And most people are saying the people who are giving the money are going, but you don't have the kids. You're saying it just like any other person would, like if you were managing our food intake or going grocery shopping. Right. You would say, when the boy lived with us, we had to spend $750 a month for food. When he moved in with his dad in the state of Virginia, of course, exponentially, we saw our food bill go down.
I'm going to need you to make more money to cover the surplus of not having the boy there. We
exactly.
Still got to keep not only the stores from before, but we're going to need extra.
Exactly. That's the whole point you're making, is looking at it as basic math.
Because they've had to, they've closed one school and merged two others.
Right.
They are short 23 librarians
and
11 social workers. And 10 counselors.
While they lost over 10,000 kids. So you're saying we need more people for less children.
Right.
And you're looking at that just going, it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't.
Of course it doesn't, because it doesn't make sense. And not one person will even write that in their story.
No.
Not one reporter. They just go, it's awful. The teachers are they're laying people off. You don't have anybody.
There's nobody there.
What are you going to keep people around? And as I did that story a couple of weeks ago about Chicago, you remember you were here.
That was part of the reason I did the number search, is because it doesn't make sense to me, and maybe it's because I'm sorry. There's something wrong with my thought process, but if you don't have a thing, why do you keep putting money into it?
Exactly. And the Chicago school that we mentioned, right?
Yeah.
It's only got 27 students.
Right. It's like 4 teachers for each student or something.
Exactly. It's one-on-one, and the money that's spent at the school balloons the amount of money that is spent per child. So they still get the same budget, which again, it turns out that for every kid that has a teacher dealing with him, that kid is at a rate of $93,000.
Right. And he still can't read
or write. And the kid can't read or write.
Still doesn't show up to school anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay? So, and again, you look at that and you go, well, wait a minute. How could that school be spending that much money? Why? Because school still gets financed at the level it would if the school was fully staffed or fully, or there were
This is one of those things where Doge really would have been handy.
Right. If it was fully occupied as a school, the numbers would still be the same. So no one scaled back the amount of money going to the school, even though it has less students and less staff is needed. It's still getting the money. So there are probably staffers who are walking around that 27-student building, okay, who are doing nothing, who never see a kid. There's probably a gym teacher getting a paycheck who's sitting in the teacher's lounge for 8 hours. Right? Because he's not seeing any of those kids.
Right. Well, they have to have a gym teacher for each gender. So male gym teacher, female gym teacher, and then you got the trans element. What was the thing we saw? A, B, C, D, elemental Q, 3 plus B4 population?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever that woman said in Canada yesterday.
Can we talk about?
You want to talk about her?
I do.
All right,
I so do.
Yeah. Rozan is annoyed about somebody else.
I so am.
And it's Rachel.
I want to give her legal name.
Yes, okay.
Excuse me.
Give her legal name so people can look her up.
Nkechi Amare Diallo.
Say it again.
Nkechi. It's N-K. Nkechi. N-K-E-C-H-I. Or Nkechi. Right.
Nkechi
Amare Diallo.
Amare Diallo. This is a very famous woman. A lot of people know her.
I don't know about famous.
She's famous.
But I don't know about famous. What has it done to be famous? Is it like another Kim Kardashian?
No, she's just famous.
No, she's not famous. She's just...
She's infamous.
There we go. She's known.
Nkechi?
Nkechi.
Nkechi?
Nkechi Amare Diallo.
Amare Diallo.
Yes. Otherwise known as...
Don't give her name. Don't give her a name. By the way, TJ Duarte just sent me a text message, and he says, and I quote, because I knew he was going to ask, or at least I knew his mom was going to ask. TJ says, my mom wants to know if your wife is coming tomorrow. She wants to meet her because she agrees with everything your wife says.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to meeting the kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So TJ, yes, she will be there. Mark says, unless I'm mistaken, Connecticut, prior, regardless of attendance. That's right. That's the whole point we're making here.
Is that an Irish name, John Beckman? Close. Really not close.
Nkechi.
Nkechi.
Nkechi. Yeah.
But you got to hit the uvula. You got to from the uvula.
I don't have a uvula. Never mind. I'm in trouble now. Let's get to Mark Christopher. Get me out of this. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
It is important for you to always download the Odyssey app or go to WTIC.com or ReeseOnTheRadio.com. Why? Because a lot of you I know do not listen at 2 o'clock, but you don't know what you may have missed. And sometimes I will repeat the opening monologue, or at least what we talk about at the beginning of the show, but sometimes I do not. That's why it's important to never miss an episode. Because if you had listened, you would have learned something today, something that I didn't know, Rozan didn't know, and you didn't know. And that is, folks, we have a new listener. We have a new listener. And it's important that we always try to get new listeners. Today's new listener and another satisfied customer is none other than Attorney General William Tong. That's right. We met with him today and found out that William Tong listens to yours truly and his program right here on WTIC. Here's William Tong this morning at roughly 10 minutes to 11.
Attorney General? Yes. Hi, how are you? Reese on the radio, WTIC.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Nice to
Been trying to get you for a long time. Can I ask you a question about J. Allen Jones?
We're here to talk about the man this morning.
I understand. But it's a story that I've been covering for the last couple of months, and the videotape was supposed to be out after Thanksgiving. We still don't have a release yet.
You know what, Reese? The things you've said about me on your show and, about me and African-American people are deeply offensive, so good luck to you.
So you have no answer about the J. Allen Jones thing? Okay. Well, thank you for listening.
William Tong, another satisfied customer. Yes.
And Mr. Tong, the mic is open for you to come on in. The phone lines are always available. We would love to actually engage in conversation with you.
Yeah, come in, curse me out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
He's used to it.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had an esteemed scholar who went to Yale University refer to me as the N-word.
Thrice.
I've been insulted by better people. I'm used to it. Come on down, William Tong. I'm just glad to, we got to talk even for a minute. But nice to have you as a listener. It's important. You never know who's listening. And that, for those of you, maybe he listens for traffic. Maybe he listens for Mark Christopher in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Right, Mark? Sure, he's got to get home, right?
You would think.
Yes, William Tong. He needs you. Maybe he was coming in to get the traffic and got me instead. Maybe that was happening.
I like how you go to the source. They don't come to you. You go to them.
Thank you, sir. That means
how did he look? Was he
small?
Well, no, but was it receptive to you once you?
Oh, no. We took a picture. We posted it online. We just literally posted it online, but I'll put it back up for you. He was not happy. His face he was scowling the entire time that we were there. I guess he didn't think that anybody remembered the J. Allen Jones thing. So he said that he's offended by what I've said about him and the African American community, which I said I don't think he likes black people. Why wouldn't he? He's helping out illegals. He's helping out Afghanis. He can't help out the black family that wants to find out why their son is dead.
Or
the young woman who was raped, the African American woman. They moved her out of state. I find it odd.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
That's right. So he doesn't think he has to answer to those. So I get the scowl. But at least he listens. I mean, that's important. I didn't just listen. How else is he going to get the news?
But if he talked to you, maybe he would have won you over if he
had a
conversation with you.
If only. But no, listen. He's in his SUV now. You're probably going to have to give him some traffic. All right? God bless you.
All right. Well, we'll dedicate this one to the Attorney General.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is. You know who it is. It's Reese on the radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are back and about to get up out of here. We'll grab the phone shortly. I want to play this soundbite because I had it here for a while. Yesterday, Donald Trump went scorched earth on his Truth Social page and went after Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and Megyn Kelly. And it was a long missive. Talking about how stupid they are, how they couldn't survive in television. It's really bad. I read it on the air yesterday. So, of course, in timely fashion, as we also talked about Scott Jennings saying to CNN on his own network that you guys are only platforming Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, and Megyn Kelly because they agree with CNN with regards to the war. Yeah, exactly. With the war in Iran. And he's saying it's to promote a narrative. Well, CNN and Harry Enton, of course, as they would do, decided, hey, let's do a poll because John King, was trying to make a case yesterday. I want to go here because I have to play this first so you can understand what I'm talking about, Rozan. And I know you didn't hear this audio. Here it is, John King talking about the importance and the relevance of the podcasters who are MAGA folks and why we should pay attention to them.
We mentioned all those other voices in the Trump ecosystem, MAGA ecosystem. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the former congresswoman, Candace Owens, the podcaster who's out there on many things, they say Trump should be removed. You can have her, by the way. They say Trump should be removed. The 25th Amendment, saying his threat to end Iran's civilization, to wipe a civilization off the planet.
You think there's a single average Republican voter out there, if you went out and knocked on their door tonight and said, yes or no, should we let podcasters and Democrats remove Donald Trump by the 25th Amendment? Let me flip it.
Okay, so John King wouldn't let it up. He says, no, this is important. This is important. He even mentioned the fact that Scott Jennings has a podcast. He went here.
You're shaking your head. You're one of them. You have a podcast now. It helps if people are echoing the president and saying he's right.
I don't deny.
If they have influence with his voters, it cannot help when they say he's right.
I don't deny the usefulness of having.
Now, you heard John King, right? He said it cannot be helpful if the so-called surrogates are not in line with Donald Trump. So Harry Enton did what I would expect Harry Enton to do, and that is to go directly against CNN's own narrative. So he did this poll. Why did I not hit it right?
So if it is a choice between the president and Tucker Carlson among these voters, what do they basically say?
Yeah, they choose Donald Trump basically every single time. Look at this. Okay, the exact same poll, this UMass Lowell poll. Look at this. Net favorables among Republicans. Again, this is Republicans plus Republican-leaning independents. You see Carlson on the right side of your screen at plus 7 points. Look at where Donald Trump is, at plus 61 points. And this is actually a little bit low for Donald Trump. In other polls around the same time, he was even higher than this. Again, he is crushing Tucker Carlson. What is this? This is a 54-point advantage for Donald Trump over Tucker Carlson when it comes to who is more popular among Republican voters. And, of course, this isn't even just talking about the MAGA base, where Donald Trump is running an approval rating somewhere between 97 and 100%.
Which is, again, what makes all of this nonsense.
Did you hear that lady during the first clip where he mentions Candace Owens? She goes, "Oh, I love her."
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know.
It's absolutely
I want to know
ridiculous.
who paid them and how much to switch sides.
I don't think that happened. I think it's profitable for them to be anti-Trump because that is...
Listen, just because they didn't get the money in their pocket doesn't mean
they
weren't being paid to switch positions.
What I'm saying
profitable.
is... Right. What I'm saying is when I use the word profitable, what I'm saying is that anti-Trumpism in the media is profitable, not in news media, because, if you watch MSNBC versus Fox or you watch MSNBC versus CNN, their actual ratings are in the toilet as opposed to Fox
they're
News.
all reading the same script.
Exactly. And Fox News actually has more Democrat listeners or left-leaning watchers
Say it all the time.
than CNN
Your
does.
haters watch
But
you the
in the
most.
online sphere, because it's not just the United States, it's global, there are more people who, you have the BBC watchers, you have the Sky News watchers, those people who do not like Trump watch Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens. They have an international audience that is anti-Trump, and that is profitable.
Right.
So that's sort of a revenue stream for them. And these guys in particular, it's beneficial because what do I say? The reason why I wrote the 9 compromises is because what they care about most is you being a MAGA person and deciding to not side with Donald Trump. And if you don't, they can start echoing your claims. See, Megyn Kelly doesn't agree with him. See, Tucker Carlson is broken with him. So they then can tell their family members who voted for Trump, see, you can too.
Right.
So that's why, that's the whole purpose.
They didn't get cash in hand, right? Like nobody said, here's $50,000 now.
Right.
They know where the money is.
Exactly.
They're following the money. Who paid them? Doesn't matter who paid them.
Yes.
The fact is they know that if I want to get paid, now I got to start trashing Trump.
Exactly.
I think part of it, too, is this preparation for the election, for the next presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, right. Well, yeah, I don't think they've got enough time in the presidential election to come around because they don't have to support Trump.
This is foreshadowing.
Exactly.
These smart people will play a long game, right? And one thing I'm seeing with Republicans versus Democrats is Republicans are learning how to play a long game. Democrats want what they want yesterday.
Exactly.
And
100% true.
And Republicans are learning to play the long. So Megyn, they're and Candace Owens, they're all preparing their because they're not sure that it's going to be Vance or Rubio that runs.
Right.
They want to align with other Republicans who maybe aren't sitting in the Trump sphere.
That's right.
And they can say, well, we distance ourselves, but we're still Republicans, so yay.
Yeah.
They're playing
exactly.
the long game.
Yeah.
There's no true credibility behind these people.
Let's get some of the phone calls before we get out of here for the weekend. David, is in Northfield? Hey, David, how are you?
All righty. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. What do you got for me?
I just got a little something on the lighter side. This was on something you guys were talking about over an hour ago.
Okay.
I spent half my life up in Maine, and when we were younger, we'd like to go explore places and stuff.
Okay.
And I can remember asking directions to different places, and the Mainers up there would say, hey, it's just down the road, pal. 34 40 miles later,
wow.
so we'd finally find the place.
And then, you know what? And that's the worst thing you could do to a person who doesn't understand the measure of down the road.
A spell.
What?
Down the road, a spell.
A spell.
That means it's grab yourself some lemonade and enjoy the ride.
It's going to be a while.
Yes.
Well, see, I would have never understood that.
We didn't know that when we were kids. So,
that's right.
You know, we should have stopped at the package store a little while more often.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend, okay?
You too.
You got it. Let's go to Scott, who's in the car. What's going on, Scott?
Actually, I'm not in the car, Reese.
You finally made it home because you were on hold so long.
Exactly. Well, you know, on Friday, it's my responsibility to call the show, add a little levity, so I'm standing here in my racist front lawn.
Okay.
And so I need to apologize to Rozan for calling her Roxanne a couple weeks ago when I left the line. Before I get to the point, my question is, like, you know, when the dandelions come out and these bumblebees are flying around, are they like racist bumblebees for participating in the pollination process?
Ooh, they are. Yes, they are.
Well, I think what that means is if you're de-weeding, like getting rid of the dandelions, maybe you're anti-beeist. Like, are you a beeist?
Yes, you're a beeist.
Yeah, but what about the other flora, like this gorgeous weeping cherry, and there's bumblebees right now flying all over the place. I mean, I don't see any little white hats on any of these bumblebees.
White hats?
That's true, too.
That is awful.
What do they burn in front of a bee? Is it like a burning hive? They just burn little hives in front of other hives for...
That's exactly what the supremacists would do.
Orange and red roses, replicating the color, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Reese, the music part.
Yes.
A while ago, I think I called a while ago to make a suggestion, you know, like songs that had Donald Trump in the lyrics.
Yes.
And one just came to mind. I used to listen to, the Gap Band and Grandmaster Flash of Series 5 back in the day, along with my Pink Floyd and Moody Blues.
Yes.
But a band from Chicago, the name of the band is Liquid Soul.
Okay.
And you got it. You're going to absolutely, you've never heard music like this, and you're going to love it. And it's a song called Cabbage Roll. Name of the band is Liquid Soul, and the song is Cabbage Roll. And at the end, they reference, making money like Donald Trump. Cabbage Roll is the wad of cash. It's making money.
That's right.
And
I can think of plenty of songs that have Trump. In fact, there is a record by Raekwon of the Wu-Tang Clan with Boot Camp, and I think it's called Black Trump.
Yeah, people don't realize how much he helped. Like when it came to rap culture.
Yeah,
I mean, there were people that came to him for help financially, and he helped them out. And when they came back to pay him back, yeah, when he came back to pay him back, he said, "So you're doing good? Is it successful?" Yeah, he goes, "Take care of your business." Wouldn't let it just put it back into your career.
Exactly.
Didn't take the money back.
That's exactly you're 100% right.
Jennifer Hudson, Nelson Mandela.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Let me get some.
Liquid Soul, Cabbage Roll. You have to listen to it.
She got it. She absolutely grabbed it. Thank you, buddy. Have a good weekend. Let's go to Corey in Meriden. Hello, Corey.
What's up, boss? How you been?
I'm chilling, man. Good to hear from you. What's up?
Hey, dude, everything you and your wife has been hitting for the past, literally hour is why we're leaving Connecticut. And I wanted to tell you, but I can't do it in 3 minutes.
You said
because
what we're talking about is the reason why you're leaving?
Yep.
Wow.
$234 million, asking for $18 million more. I'm going to do one thing, and only you know this.
Mm-hmm.
Have Pooch text you my number. And we'll have a chat after the show.
You said Pooch.
Oh, yeah, you know who he is.
What are you talking about, like Pooch Man from Philadelphia?
No, Pooch. He'll text me after this and be like, why are you dropping the name? Anyway.
Okay. All right. I will tell him to he knows my number, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Okay. All right. I'll have Pooch contact me. I'll give you a holler.
Yes, I got to touch on this one point.
Yes, real quick.
So the state's asking for $234 million right now, asking for 18 more.
Yep.
One, the vaccine law, I had to pay $15,000 for the past 3.5 years just for tuition for my kids. Now the gun laws are taking away things that we already had.
Yeah.
I'm now getting my family out of the state of Connecticut because not only that, I got more stuff to talk to you about, but Pooch knows exactly what I was telling him 5-6 years ago.
He is literally texting me right now.
Why.
Pooch is texting me right now.
I bet you he is. I bet you he is. I'm announcing we're leaving.
Okay.
So give me a text.
I will give you I promise you I'll give you a holler this weekend.
Appreciate it, boss.
Thank you, man. All right, we got to get up out of here. For those of you who just wanted to know, the person that Rozan was talking about is Rachel Dolezal, and she is absolutely livid about what this woman is doing as of recent. We are not going to have time to cover it, but we will talk about it next week. Okay?
So angry.
As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. She is Rozan on the radio. Say goodnight, Rozan.
Good night, Rozan.
We will see you guys back here on Monday at 2 p.m. Don't miss it. You know William Tong will be listening. You should listen too. Mark Christopher's getting you home. Have a good weekend, sir. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center.